Hello, welcome to the show, 15 Minutes of Fame with Dawn Branch. I'd like to say thank you to my sponsors, twinkletoesapparel.com in Georgia. These wonderful sandals that say Twinkle Toes. And they also have leotards and tights, all the wonderful accessories, even charcoal pouches that you can place into your dance bag. We have a new sponsor tonight, Spirit and the Word Ministries. My friend Pastor Herrera and his lovely wife, Minister Kim Herrera. They gave me this wonderful bag. Isn't it nice? So I'll put my dance stuff in here. Put my choco. Look, leotards. Well, I'm not wearing leotards, but you know what I mean. My dance stuff. Thank you, Spirit and the Word Ministries, and thank you for watching the show. Bye. 15 Minutes of Fame is looking for you. So if you're an industry professional and you want to share your journey, contact me at dawnbranchworks@gmail.com and we'll get your story shared right away. Thank you.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to 15 Minutes of Fame with Dawn Branch, where we bring entertainment professionals into your home where they share their secrets of their success in their career and journey. Tonight's guest is a special friend from Atlanta, Georgia, Mr. Antwan Sessions. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. You are so busy. We have been trying to do this forever, but I
I
love
know.
it.
I know. I've been like, I gotta get back. I gotta get back. It's been, it's been one of those things. It's been one of those
Wonderful thing.
things.
I'm so glad you're working, especially during this time. So,
Yes.
audience, he's a dancer, choreographer, business owner. Anything else I'm missing?
Trying to make it. Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur. So
Yes.
proud of you.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Aside from all of those accolades, who is Antwan? Like, who are you aside from all of that?
So, Antoine, me, I am a creative, a thinker, a giving person, been known to be stubborn and
Oh,
bullheaded. um, I, I just want to give back to what gave to me. Like I'm a hard worker. You say you want it, I'm going to help you get to the next step. That's me. That's me. I'm a fighter. If you want to fight, I'm gonna fight with you. So I've always been that kind of person through everything. Yeah, I'm very passionate about my career in the art form. I'm geeky. I don't want to wait. I want to do it all. I feel
yes.
like you live once, you
Hmm.
might as well go for broke and just see what happens. And I feel like as dancers, you get a lot of no's. So doing all this, doing everything that you want at once really doesn't hold you back. It just keeps you busy. So that's it. That's
Nicely said. Yes. So you mentioned South Carolina, but you're in Atlanta. So how did that all happen for you? What was that about?
Ooh, let's see. Okay. So I moved here when I was 11 with my mom and my dad. And that's just moving from the Charleston, from the Geechee world to Atlanta, and so for better jobs, better schools, and everything. I didn't realize that until I was older. Um, then I started being more into like, oh, what's new? What's out here? What's this thing called dance? So
Mhm.
getting from Charleston to here, it just been an eye opener because I was never introduced to ballet or jazz in Charleston. But coming to Atlanta, I was very much open and seeing different things, different cultures, I should say.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
I got here from my parents, so that's definitely why I'm in Atlanta. I would probably still
Mhm.
be in Charleston if it wasn't my, but I'm glad they did because I
Mhm.
my eyes were open to a new
Yes.
world.
So when did you know, like when did the bug hit you? Now you said when you came here, the culture was there and you saw it. But
Mhm.
not for nothing, we grew up in the video age, right? Michael Jackson, you see the video. So when
Mhm.
you were in South Carolina, you didn't feel the need then. It wasn't like, oh, I like these videos, Janet. Like you didn't feel the urge then.
So in Charleston, it was a little bit different for me because I was always dancing from the cookouts, um, doing the social dances at the cookouts,
Hmm.
So I have never been introduced to like the videos yet because we really couldn't afford it. I knew who Michael Jackson and TLC was by the radio, but I've actually have never seen the videos until I moved to Atlanta when things got better in our lives.
Yes.
And then when I finally saw it, I was like, "Oh wow, I love this!" And so it's so funny that you said that because when we moved to Atlanta, to Roswell, I started getting into MTV, and that's when I started seeing like the Britney Spears, the Destiny's Child. So I would actually try to mimic the videos I saw and do it in the middle school dances. So that's really how like the dancing bug really got major for me. And from doing all these videos, is moving up to middle school, all the dances, the bring your mom dance, the
Mhm.
holiday dances. A counselor came to me and said, "Hey, have you ever heard of North Springs High School?" I was like, "What's that?" I don't know what
Mhm.
that is. He said they have a dance department. I was like, "Okay." I it just sounds so new to me, so I didn't know that. And then he was just explaining to me, and then when he explained what North Springs was, my I told my parents, and my parents made me watch Fame.
Oh,
And then I was like, oh wait, there's a school like that? Oh my
yes.
God. Everybody's artists. I think I love this. So I went from middle school to North Springs, but I was always playing baseball, football, and running track. So I was doing the videos by watching on my free time, but still playing baseball, traveling team baseball, and playing football. Um, and I got burnt out in eighth grade. And so it just meeting dance and being introduced to North Springs High School was really good because I was already burnt out with the baseball and I wanted something else. And so
Yeah.
when I got to North Springs, that's when the whole world just said, "Hey,
Right.
let's
Right.
open up. I'm ballet, jazz, modern, African, hip hop, even more detailed." Yeah.
Yes.
So that was a really eye opener. North Springs was really the big couple of steps in my career. A lot,
Yeah.
like not knowing how to dance, but knowing the history, the education
Mhm.
portion of it,
Mhm.
knowing about George Balanchine, Ravi
Mhm.
Wilkinson, Arthur Mitchell, New York City Ballet, the Vaughan School, everything. Uh,
Mhm.
Isadora Duncan, Mary Wigmans, Martha Graham, the Denishon School. So like all these
Mhm.
extra things, that's where I started like learning, got really hungry for it. Um,
Mhm.
and then I met Miss Axum. So that's another story about my another venture.
Oh,
It,
okay. So before we get there, I
it,
wanted to talk to you about the challenges of being a late bloomer and what
okay.
advice you can give to people. Because obviously, dances, you could
Mhm.
obviously start at 3, you could start at 50. It's just a movement, it's just what it is. Dance is. So help us do that.
It did not come easy, period. I was not flexible. I had flat feet at one time.
You're going to make me cry. Oh, God. I know it's hard. I get it.
I I I I was very green.
Hmm.
I looked like those a recital dancer who never had training and who just loved the passion of dance. That's what I looked like. I had to go through everything. I mean, I couldn't do anything. Anything. My teachers was like, "Oh, you want to be a dancer? How's your grades?" you know,
Right.
and yes, it's kind of harsh. People hear it, but it's honest. When you see that so green and so late, you have to be honest. It was a challenge for me because I literally had to train from Monday through Saturday. I took every class, the creative movement class with the little babies. So I was that freshman looking at the babies,
Oh,
all the way up to like the highest level, and just look in the back. That I took so many classes. Um, it. I mean, the challenges are real. I mean, like, I had to work on my feet at home. I had to work on my flexibility while I was reading books, doing homework. Everything was dance. Everything was me working on my body and technique. Um, it man, it was hard. It was really hard, but I had the drive, and this is where the being stubborn and bullheaded. Like, I'm gonna be a dancer. I don't know what you said. Like, that's
yeah.
what helped a lot because it was of tough times.
Mhm. Can you give us some tips that you've learned from all of that? The stretching or for your feet? What are the things that work for you that might help another person?
You have to know that there's always going to be pain, but you also have to know what is good pain and what's bad pain, what's taking it too far. You have to really understand your body. Um, you have to know that you're not perfect yet, so there's always more for room for improvement. That was football for me. You go to
Oh,
football practices every day to improve. So why am I going to dance classes? To improve. And one thing my teacher told me that I even tell my kids today, I can lead you to the water, but it's your job to drink it.
Hey guys, I'm Shalise Hugis and I'll be playing the Gargoyle Queen in Eden. We are here at practice and we are 30 days away from the show. If you haven't got your tickets, go to drphillipscenter.org. Can't wait. See you guys there.
It was my job to drink it. I had to practice every day. I didn't go to bed till like 12, 1 o'clock at night.
wow.
Plies, tendus, dégagés, learning how to turn, learning how to hold my balance, squeezing, trying to figure out what this thing called S back was, trying to
Mm,
figure out what this thing called sickle foot and why my feet went, why it wasn't going to bend. So putting my feet under the couch, really going through that pain and really trying to transform my body and just stick it through. Nothing is worth having unless you're not willing to fight for it. I, my tip is always just stay with your passion. There's always going to be 1,000 no's, but it only takes that one yes to make it work. So just keep going. And the reason why you fail is because we quit.
oh, I
I want
like
people to
that.
really realize that the reason
Mhm.
why you fail is because you quit. It will happen. You know,
Mhm.
Denzel did his first movie like at 35, 30 years old. Now look at Denzel
Not
Washington.
much. Mhm.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, you can do it. Just keep going. That is
Oh,
my tip is always keep going. That is,
that's it.
you can't
Thank you.
stop.
Well, keep going. You did. So you went from your high school, your middle school, your high school, and then you started really taking it seriously and going to a ballet school. So let's
Mhm.
talk about that journey.
Well, see, before, okay, so before the ballet school, I went to Miss Axum School, Total
Okay,
Dance.
yes. Okay, yes,
Uh,
total
yep.
dance.
And that was a new world of Black concert dance. And I was like, oh, there's more? Like this, I started learning about the Purpose Pearls, the Alvin Ailey's, the Catherine Dunhams, the Philadelphos, the DCDCs, the Cleopatra Robinson. Like, I started learning about those, but Miss Axum is really the teacher. No, I can't say that. I had Miss Edwards, I had Miss Kent, and I had Miss Axum. All three teachers were really close to me. But Miss
Mhm.
Axum, she didn't allow me to quit. She didn't care if my feet didn't point it. You need to point your feet. She didn't
Mhm.
care if it hurt. You need to go through that pain if you want to be a dancer. She literally gave me a scholarship. I actually, it was my freshman year, May, and I went in her room and I did like a 30-second improv. And after the improv, I said, "Can you please put me under your wing?"
Oh,
And from that time, she gave me a full scholarship. I danced Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. I had to get on the train. I learned about the train. My parents are from New York. So they were like, get on the train because we
Yeah.
lived in Alpharetta and Miss
Mhm.
Atkins is in Adamsville, which is like an hour drive, but on the train it's like
Wow.
2 hours. So I didn't get home till like 12, 1 o'clock, and did it every day. And that's how much I loved it. So she really taught me to keep going, the importance of Black dance. She taught me a lot. Like I'm very thankful for her because had it not been for her, a lot of people would have been like, well,
Right.
a lot.
Wow. So she
And
gave you
she
a lot of tough love, though.
Oh, she gave me tough love,
Mhm.
and I'm so glad I got it first because when I got into this real world, it's a whole difference. It's the same thing you need. You need that tough love, which is missing.
Yeah.
Can't wait to talk about that too
So is
because
Miss Axon
it-
still in? Is she still have
she
her
is still in
company?
her place. Yep,
All right.
Miss
What's the
Act
name of the dance school again?
Total Dance, Dancical Productions.
Yes.
Um, it's in Adamsville. I mean, oh man, she has trained so many beautiful
Oh,
dancers.
good. I love giving flowers. Yes.
Oh my God, Ailey too, Broadway. I mean, these are like the little chocolate people that could, and then they're
Yes.
pushing them out.
Hmm.
So I'm very thankful for her, very
Yay.
very thankful. And then it got to the point where I was training with her all through the day
Hmm.
on the summers, and then here comes the fall school. I did it for a month, but I was getting home like 1 o'clock. So
Hmm.
that kind of got a little bit shaky for my mom for education where I was getting school.
Sure.
So I went to a school called Metropolitan Ballet Theater in Alpharetta, Miss Mania, and she's from Atlanta. She was a prima ballerina for Atlanta Ballet for like 21 years.
Oh,
They call
wow.
her Honey. That was another section of opening my eyes. Ballet. Yes, Miss Axon has amazing ballet. I always think that
Hmm.
there's a slight difference coming from Black dance concert, like concert dance from Black, and then this more
Okay,
Caucasian.
hold on a second. I can't let you just roll through that. What define what Black dance is for the audience that might not know?
Black dance to me is the roots of dance for the African American experience, as in the spiritual, the art form, but also being able to do the technique just like the other dancers can. It was also created because at the time, Black dancers weren't allowed to dance with white companies. So they started creating outlets for us to dance. I guess one of the organizations that you really get a lot of that junk that not junk that the juk of knowledge is IBD, International Black Association for Dance. There's
.org.
Philadelphia, DCDC, Dallas Black, Lulu Washington, Cleopatra Robinson. These are like the five main companies around the world that really hired Black dancers, and that's that Black soul dance. That was that hard dance, but it's a plie means a plie, a tendu is a tendu. So we do exactly what a ballerina would do, with more soul, a little bit more art form, more heart. That
Yeah,
is my definition of Black
thank
dance.
you. And if I could, I'd just like to add deeply rooted in there because
Deep,
that's one of my dance fathers. So shout out to Aiga.
yes,
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 yes, yes, right.
like I actually, I can't believe I forgot them because I actually auditioned for them and they gave me a summer intensive. Uh,
Oh,
and I actually got to see a ballet. I went to church.
yep. You
Oh,
better know it. Right. Yes.
when I
We
tell
love
you what
you.
I thought, I was like,
I'm gonna
I
try to get him on the
was
show. I tried to get him last year. He's swamped, but we love you,
deeply
Aiga. Yes.
okay. These are people that just been around. Oh my God, people who've been around and literally spreading the roots of Black dancers being able to dance.
Yeah.
Even Arthur Mitchell, even after the assassination of Martin Luther King, he created Dance in Harlem for
Mhm.
us so
Yeah.
we can train. So that, oh man, that, yes, deeply rooted. Tracy
Shout
Vote,
out.
she's the one who actually introduced me to Deeply Rooted. and let me see, church. I was memorized by that. Yeah, with the chairs. I was like,
Yes.
ooh.
So you mentioned Miss Tracy. So for the audience that does not know, I love flowers. I love flowers. Talk about who she is and how significant she was in your life and training.
I say this to everyone. Tracy Vogt is a Caucasian woman who has danced with a black dance company for 13 years and more. Philadelphia, a gram diva, a technician, really for the art form, did not, she was my second Miss Axum.
Okay.
Do you
Mhm.
understand like how you go through your life when you have different chapters that not necessarily close, but it's time for the next step?
Mhm.
That was her to me. This is where it got grimy. This is where I the learning the bullet, learning about Ronald K. Brown, learning about Rennie
Mhm.
Harris, like really getting into like, okay, so you want a job, this is what we need. I need you up on 7, down on 8, back up on 1.
Yeah.
That's how and what I what I loved about her.
Oh, wait. Okay. You said that right now. We talked a little bit about how your height, you
Yes,
being 6 feet. I don't care that you're 6 feet. If the kids talk about that, please, for the students in the back.
they don't care if you 6 feet. They want you up. they don't they,
And down.
and down on that count. No matter how tall or short, they don't care how short you are. They want your leg up. They don't care how long they want. Even if you are a 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, they do not care. They want their legs up and they want it down when they say they want it down. Because if not, they'll get somebody who else can do it.
Thank
I've
you.
been there when they've done it.
Yeah.
So it does not matter about the height. It does not matter about how with black dance, it really doesn't matter how the size of the body
Yes.
actually. They
Yes.
don't care. They want what they want. And that's what I love about black dance because it was really like an opportunity to dance and
Mhm.
get real dance training. Nobody cared about the weight. Of
Yeah.
course, we had it back in the weight in our heads, like, okay, you have to be this size, but
Mhm.
nobody cared. There's people who are more thick and had long careers. Hope Boykin.
Mhm. Mhm. You're right. Right.
Hope
Yeah.
Boykin has had, I want to say, oh my God, I could be wrong, 17 or 15 years
Um,
in Alvin Ailey
mm,
as the lead dancer.
yeah.
There's always a way.
Mhm. Have you gone there? Did you study with the alien school?
School during the year, I wanted
Mm.
to.
Mhm.
Let me tell you how. Let me tell you how God works. Like I wanted to go to the Ailey school and got the acceptance and the scholarship, but in my head, there was always more money to be given. So I was like, I'm not going. Didn't tell my mom about it.
Oh,
My mom said, we could have fundraised, we could have did something.
all right.
Got accepted to Care Off Washington.
Okay.
Did
Okay.
not did not take it. Like, so that's why it's very important for me to tell kids like, hey,
Mhm.
you need to speak to your mentors. You need to ask questions. And the mentors need to be like, okay, let me take your hand, let's keep
Right.
going until
Right.
you're in someone else's hand. That's very important to me. And I can't wait to we're gonna get to that too, because
Mhm.
even what we do here at Namari is a lot different than other studios around us because there's not a lot of studios that say, hey, you want to go here? Let's go here. Now
Mhm.
here's the route.
Right.
Take, and then if you really want it, I'm gonna push you to that level. There's no going back. This is what you want.
Mhm.
So I don't regret the career I have because I guess you would say I have the career that people kind of look down on. Um,
Why would you say that? You, I've in your bio, you've been to Egypt, you've
yeah,
been all over.
exactly,
So,
exactly. So you have, and this is old school dance, and I get it now why they would say it, but I didn't get it before. Because I didn't dance with Ailey, because I didn't dance with the top people. They look down on those who hasn't, because if you dance with them, then you know. But those are the same people that taught me just because you could dance don't mean you could teach. This means you could teach don't mean you can choreograph. So it can come from anything. So I had one of those careers where I literally found the land, chopped down the trees, made my own road, went this way, went that way to make it to the top. Because that's why I feel like I have so much to say to these younger dancers. There's a way if you want it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I felt like I wanted to give that message out younger. I mean, in an early stage of my life than wait, which is why I didn't have a long dance career because I stopped. I made a choice. I made a choice. I
Okay.
said, I don't perform. You can ask Dana to this day. Dana's trying to get me dancing. Dana Kregler. Dana Kregler
Yes.
is my co-director, co-owner of the conservatory of the Namari Conservatory. Love her. She is amazing.
Mm.
She till this day, she tries to get me to she tried to get me to dance and perform. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't want to.
Shout
Even
out
Siobhan,
to Miss Dana. She's one of the sponsors for the show,
Twinkle toes.
twinkletosapparel.com. Yes. So yeah.
When in doubt, clear it out.
Right. Yes.
I
Yes.
have my sorry. I have my shirt too. I love Miss. She
Mhm.
has supported me. See, you just like me, because I'll keep talking. She has supported me through everything. If I said that we should jump off the bridge and do a split and then take a photo shoot of it, she would be like, okay,
Mhm.
well, but let's try
Yeah.
it.
So when we
So
get to staff, we could definitely go through
yes, we
all
have
of those people,
it's
right?
important.
So I want to get to okay, so concert dance. So I want to ask you though, you did the ballet, you did the African, you did the right. What holds most to your bones? What is it? Which one?
That's so hard because okay, that's so hard. That is so hard because I understand the importance of ballet, but then I
Hmm.
grew up doing modern and Horton and Graham. But then as I got older, I fell in love with jazz,
Oh,
old school jazz,
okay.
progressions, fastwood, and still using the ballet technique. So if I literally had, if I literally had to say one contemporary ballet,
Okay. That's a melt. That's a mesh of it all about
exactly.
Moja.
That's the best way because I feel like I get a mixture of my ballet and I get
Right.
my jazz. And
That's a great
I
answer.
real contemporary. I have to listen. I am one of those people. I have
Define real
okay
contemporary for the person that's going to
for me.
dispute that.
Contemporary means present. Okay, I get it. It means,
Okay, right.
but I don't like when contemporary dancers. Okay, when younger dancers go to these top choreographers or very major or popular teachers classes, and they may do some choreography that's beautiful, that they'll roll on the floor, they'll make a spell a name with their bodies, or do a three-quarter releve for pirouettes. I don't like the message that sends. When you talk about contemporary, can we say that, oh, if you're gonna roll on the floor and do this and make put your name, spell your name with your body, can we talk about postmodern? Can we talk about modern? Can we talk about Taylor? Can we talk about Cunningham?
Mhm,
Can we
mhm,
educate them on that instead of just saying giving choreography, or allowing people to do three-quarter releves but then complain about their technique? So I have a problem with people that kind of contemporary. But the William Forsythes, the
mhm,
Ulysses Doves, the Christopher Huggins, the Tommy
mhm.
Wahids, that I enjoy those kind of contemporaries. Um, and I guess yes, it does piss people off all the time that I have this conversation. It's just that when you get the younger generation, they feel like, okay, it's not. I don't need to take ballet because they
Oh,
see that kind of contemporary. When you have a hip hop dancer who has never had a ballet class in their life go into a class and they do pirouettes or arabesques, and it's not right. But that's what the people outside the world see. Oh, you can do ballet. Oh, it's this contemporary. Like, I hate that kind of nonchalant. I feel like it's like I can never at a time go into a hip hop class. I can do it. I can't go into a breakdancing class
Mhm.
and be like, okay, I can do this
Mhm.
because I know I can. Yeah.
So
So
you're referencing like dance competitions. So give me like maybe two or three that you think have the qualified contemporary artists on their roster.
companies.
No, the dance competition. Since you mentioned the kids going to those events over there.
You know, and well, let me make sure I clarify that. It doesn't have to necessarily be.
At a convention. Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it doesn't necessarily have to be. I just have a problem with Ash. Like, I love Ash.
Okay.
That's a sin. I love Jump. I
Okay.
love Post. These are people who've been
Okay.
trained and understand technique. So those
Okay.
are the
Thank
three.
you. Okay.
Um, but there isn't wrong with doing contemporary if it's done right. I
Yeah.
don't like when I have kids when they want to come to my contemporary class, but they never took a ballet class in their life.
Okay.
So that's now. If you want to say modern, postmodern,
Mhm.
pedestrian, let's talk about that kind of stuff. Let's get into that. So that's just
Okay.
my dish.
So concert dance has afforded you opportunities to travel and tour. And I mentioned Egypt. What other places have you gone through your work?
China, Canada, Mexico, Turkey. Um, I've been all over United States. I've been to Denver. I have
Wow.
not danced in California.
Oh,
Uh,
interesting. Okay.
yeah, yeah. In Denver, I was dancing with Kim Robarts.
Mhm.
That was a whole new experience to me. That was being able to do Cunningham, and
Okay.
so that was a thing for me. So I love to travel. I love giving the opportunities. I love
Mhm.
telling kids, "Hey, you can do this." I
Yeah.
love being able to see the world with dance. So that has opened up a lot of things for me.
Yes, I
So
love it. I love it. And so I don't know why. And I said that to say that there is no cookie pattern for a career. You understand? Your career is just as successful as anyone else's. That's why
I
I
love that
wanted to
you
make
said
that
that. I
point.
love that you say your career is your career because that
Yeah.
will be your career. Your career can go different ways.
Yep. Yeah.
It really can.
And
It
yours
really.
did. It went
It,
from
oh my
concert to
god!
commercial. So let's talk how that happened. You went from plie into
Yes,
right, right for the
yes.
job. Let's talk
So when I
about
was
that.
so when I was in China, I was dancing with the company and we were doing ballet and jazz. And I was like, okay, woo. I went to go take a class, I believe at Studio 5. I'm probably getting that wrong, so don't quote me. It's a studio in Beijing. No, Shanghai, excuse me, Shanghai. And I took a class and it was a choreographer there. He was like, hey, have you ever done videos? Have you done, commercial work? I was like, no,
Wow.
no. So come by with this audition. I came to this audition, did the hip hop. It was like a fusion of jazz funk, which is,
Mm,
I guess, at that time is a hip hop mixed with like jazz. A little
mm,
leg, a little turn in it. And
mhm.
I was able to do that. Boom, hired.
Nice.
I was able to dance with these artists in China at these clubs, do tours. That tour was able got me to Egypt and
Okay.
got me back to Istanbul and then got me back to concert for Egypt.
Oh,
So I always tell my dancers try to learn everything.
mhm.
Try to get everything in your bones. But I always said in my head that ballet was my insurance.
Right.
It was my
It helps
insurance.
also with preventing injuries. There's just so
Yeah,
many
yes,
benefits,
ma'am. Yes, yes.
yeah, to it.
You, yes. I the correct taking your technique seriously The ballet can prevent a lot of injuries. Understanding like, oh, I shouldn't be on my pinky because if I do, I can roll that ankle. Like just
Yes.
understanding the body. So thank God for ballet and insurance.
Mm.
So that was my experience of being a concert dancer going to commercial.
Yes.
Um,
And you've
I love
also
it.
worked with some stars, right? D Woods. Name some that
Yes,
you work with. Come on now. You're bigger
yes.
than what you come on.
I worked with D Woods. I've worked Jeffrey Page. Jeffrey Page is
Okay.
a choreographer for So You Think You Could Dance. I've worked with Crystal Reg. She was a major artist in Ukraine and Shanghai. I what else have I done? Oh my God, Kim Burse. Thank God
Okay.
for Kim Burse.
Why don't I know
Kim,
who that is? I'll edit this out. Who's Kim
Kim
Burst?
Burse
Yeah.
is creative music director for J Lo, and she has done
Oh,
Disney.
that's
She has
huge.
Child. I've also worked with Nikki Jane. Like I've been blessed to have these people in my career. Like literally, I've worked with Stefan Reynolds, who was a
Mm.
concert and then did Cirque du Soleil. Um, man, I've been blessed.
Yes,
I've
sir.
been
And now
blessed.
you're able to give it back to all of your students. So
Yes,
now I want to take the audience to your new transition of your own dance company and school. So can you let
yes.
everybody know while I pull up your website, the name of your school and all that?
MMS School is Namari Dance Center. Firstly, Namari came from Namari. Namari is Swahili for panther. Miss Axum used to call me a big old black cat when I'm dancing, and I always said
Oh.
a panther. So I looked up the word Swahili for panther, and it was came up Namari. So I went to the Georgia department and tried to get the name solidified and everything. I paid for it, got it accepted and everything, and they said, "Oh, the word is not there." I was like, "Well, what? What do you mean the word isn't there?" And so I look back. I done spelled the Mary wrong.
Oh, you are killing me.
It's supposed to be Namrai, and I spelled it
Oh.
Namari. And I was like, Namari, I can keep that.
Yes.
So I kept it. And for the longest, people could not say that word. Oh my God. People was like, what's that school? The Mari, the Miri, what?
Right.
I had to
But
keep
that's just
saying,
saying it over and over again. But that's just once again, you just creating your own lane, just doing
yes,
something totally
yes,
different. Look
yes.
at that. I love it.
And then as I got older, I wanted in my school, I wanted for them to have a job. I should say, I wanted them to say, "Oh, I don't want to." They may not get New York City Ballet. I wanted to have that job for them,
Hmm.
and I created Namari Ballet. Namari Ballet is my concert company. That is where we'll do the ballets, the Swan Lakes, and also bring contemporary works. Where one day we may could get, Christopher Huggins, William Forsythe, you know, Tommy Wahid, get those kind of concerts work. So if a dancer comes to my studio, we can veer them to the right route they need to go. I also have Lamorris Namari. Lamorris Namari is my commercial company. That's more about the entertainment, the pyros, the production quality, the wow, that's what Lamorris Namari is. I actually hold out on Lamorris Namari because as I did my first show with Lamar Samari, I realized that takes some money. That takes some coins, especially when you're not trying to be a nonprofit. Like there, like the Namari Ballet is a nonprofit. The Heart of the, I mean, Lamar Samari is for profit because that's like your Cirque du Soleil's, that's like your,
Hmm.
your Disney's. That's what I wanted. So I really wanted the dancer to be able to come in and say, I love ballet, I love training, but I don't really want to be a ballet dancer. Oh, well, we have this career path that you may be interested, or maybe having the ballet dancer who said, I really want to do Swan Lake and I want to do work with different world renowned
Hmm.
choreographers. Okay, we have the Mari Ballet. So that was the difference that I started creating. A lot of people always say I'm doing too much and um, I always have haters, but I'm bullheaded. I don't care. I feel like when I pass away and go, I want to have a legacy that I am very comfortable with and very proud of.
Well, I'm very proud of you guys. You are huge, definitely on the Instagram. I mean, I look at you guys, I see your work, the students coming in. So, guys, please take a look. What is your Instagram account, by the way?
Instagram, Namari Dance Center or Namari Conservatory
Mhm.
or Namari Ballet. And if you're looking for me, Antwan Sessions 2.
Okay.
And we also have a nonprofit, which is the Heart of Namari.
Boom.
Okay.
So let's talk about that. Is that where we are here now? Talk
Sorry.
about that. Do you want me
Okay,
to hit the
so
video?
you sure it's not long, so you
Yes,
can play
let's
it.
take a look, guys, at his
Yeah.
work. I'm telling you, you're gonna be really impressed. Y'all know me. I don't play when I give my flowers. Okay, let's see.
Hi, my name is Otia Morris, and I'm the president of the Heart of Namari. The $3 to $3 million campaign is an online campaign that is forwarded by the Heart of Namari. It allows us to reach those supporters that are outside of the Atlanta area. When you think about how hard the pandemic hit artists and they had to exit the stage and exit their performances, this allows you to give back to those. And think about the students who are still performing and still want to learn the art of dance, so you can give back in that way to them. Myself being one who really loves performing arts, if you're one of those who love performing arts and still want to give, you can give online. So do know that we're getting back into a space where we can support dancers, and this would be a great way to give. I want you to take the time to listen to the founders of the Heart of Namari and how your dollars will be used to support dancers.
Hello, my name is Shavasky Moreland, and I'm the co-owner of Namari Dance Center. As the co-owner of Namari Dance Center, my day-to-day duties consist of things of marketing work, talking to the kids, getting things prepared on a logistical platform so everyone can be registered, getting new students signed up, getting those students who are a bit nervous about dance in the beginning, getting them comfortable, ensuring their parents that they are in a great space where their children will receive quality training of all styles of dance, as well as help kids who are in need, or find kids, I should say, that are in need of an outlet for dance. Our goal here at Namari Dance Center is to continue to show kids that dreams are possible. They can continue to strive for their dreams on a day-to-day basis, building their confidence, ensuring them that tomorrow is a better day, and tomorrow brings new possibilities for them. Here at Namari Dance Center, we offer classes for students starting at the age of 3 to 18 years old. We have the individual study program, we have the homeschool program, as well as the competition team. We also have our Namari Conservatory, where those students train religiously for 56 hours a month, as well as we have our professional company, which is the Namari Ballet. Over the past few years, Namari Dance Center have gifted students tuition-free scholarships. Unfortunately, we are not at that space where we can continue. But with your support in the $3 $3 million campaign, it'll help bridge that gap so we can continue to help students who have a desire to dance.
Hello, my name is Dana Krigler. I am the co-owner of Namari Dance Conservatory. The Conservatory is a program that helps students that want to go professional. The program contains ballet, jazz, variations, point, contemporary, modern, and Namari technique. What we try to do is make a well-rounded dancer. The conservatory program serves all different types of students, regardless of color, background, age, political affiliation. We want all types of students to fill this program so that we can have a wide range of students. The Heart of Namari is important to the conservatory because it will help to financially assist those students that cannot afford to pay for the whole program. The conservatory costs are very expensive. You're getting very detailed training, which usually have smaller classes. So with the amount of training that you receive per month, which is higher than the normal dance school, those costs end up being exponential. And so with that financial assistance, we can better serve those students that want to go professional but don't have the financial means. Your support of $3 to $3 million will help Namari Conservatory support those students that have the dreams and the passions to become professional dancers.
Hello, my name is Antwan Sessions. I'm the founder and artistic director of the Namari organization. Namari organization is the United Nation of Dance because we represent all cultures and all body types in our school, our ballet company, and conservatory. What sets Namari from other schools in the South is we're the best. We care for our children, we support our children, and we have quality training that's out of this world. Every young dancer should see themselves on stage. Everybody can't look the same. Yes, we want to have perfect swans, and we want everybody to look like they're together, but everybody doesn't have the same skin color. Everybody doesn't have the same hair texture. You know, we are different, and there needs to be more diversity in ballet. My vision for the Namari organization is to find young dancers that want to learn how to dance and possibly move them up to the Namari Conservatory and change the dancers to artists, where artists can find a home and one day become a part of Namari Ballet. The donations that we get from the campaign will be split up to 3 sectors: Namari Dance Center, Namari Conservatory, and Namari Ballet. So please, join us and support the Heart of Namari and $3 to $3 million campaign. And again, thank you so very much.
On behalf of Heart of Namari and our board, we want to thank you for your support.
Lovely. Yes, with professionalism. Amazing. I am so proud of your team. All of y'all are just so pretty. Let me just start there. All of y'all are just like commercial ready. So fabulous.
Listen, we try. I really did. It was very important to try to get a nonprofit because I think the most things that we hear from people is they want a Royal Ballet, they want a New York City Ballet, they want that kind of training, but then we give it to them and they can't afford it.
Right.
And so I didn't like that because coming from where I started, if it wasn't for nonprofits, you wouldn't be looking at me because my mom couldn't afford it. If it wasn't for the nonprofits for Shavasky to get him, the housing authorities and having the ballet, he wouldn't be here. And shout out to East Athens Dance Center in Athens. That's where he trained at, and he was awarded scholarships for that. Um, if you didn't have scholarships, you wouldn't have Dana Kregler. So it was very important to me to have a school here in Atlanta where we can pick the people that want to dance and the dancers, because there's a difference. Some people may not be dancers right away, but they have the drive, they may have the body, they may have the feet. We have to groom them to dancers. I wanted my organization to be very big, nonprofit wise, where we can select kids to get the training that they need in Atlanta, being able to either they want to come dance with the company or dance around the world or even go to college. So it was very important for me to have this nonprofit.
Well, congratulations. The site looks wonderful. Your students look wonderful. Your training. What's next?
Building the company is what's next. There is no company right now in Atlanta that has as many as diverse as my ballet company is with a Black artistic director. So the world needs to see that. The world needs to see the diversity in the schools, because I believe if I can start it from the schools, it will bleed into the company. Just making it happen. I've always hear what artistic directors say why they can't do and make diversity in companies, but at the end of the day, you have the artistic direction, you have the artistic stamp of approval, so you can just make it happen. So growing the nonprofit, growing my company, growing the Mari Dance Center, and being more in the community to help kids who cannot afford it, that's what's next.
I love your heart. I love your talent. I love what you're doing. So, guys, please support Last bit of advice for any dancer out.
I always say this. I know people don't like it though. You are like a piece of raw chicken,
Okay.
and your technique is a marinade. It's not going to happen overnight. So
Mhm.
when you cook it, you want it to have the most juiciest chicken, flavorful chicken that you ever had in your life. So you have to let it sit and you have to continue to work on it. Then you will see it. I think a lot of people see, so you think you dance and they think that they just popped out like that, but it's hours of training that got them to it. So also allowing parents also allow the dance teacher to train your kids, allow them to train, because you can't train and you come involved. Yeah, like they have to allow the process. So it doesn't matter if you paid for it. It doesn't matter if you paid for this many privates. You have to allow the process and you have to allow them to make their own beds. So if they are not practicing at home, you're not going to see the results. So I leave you with that. I say, keep working hard, keep training, and keep going.
Awesome. You are a major contender in this business, sir. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank
This
you.
is, yes, Mr. Antwan Sessions, Atlanta, Georgia. Please check him out. And thank you so much for watching 15 Minutes of Fame, and we'll see you next.